This is my favourite characters, Volume 1. I have got a post on the Twitter machine. That is where I just dump characters that I like. Thought I might as well use that information as a video. They're not in any order, they are usually just the characters that strike me at the time as one that I like. So here are the first 25 from that post with a little bit more explanation on them. First is Stephen Altman. I'm a fan of the character, really like him in Teen Books. He has got a great design, and I love seeing him twat people in the head with his mace. Second is Kazar, one of my favourite characters of all time. I have got a complete collection of Kazar comics. I've reviewed loads of them. Really great character, and it's a shame or a great thing that Marvel didn't bother with him at all anymore. Next is Captain Atom. Love this character. He is one of the charlatan characters that DC got. He was created by Scott Ditko, and his series from 1987 has got a really fun setup, and he's one of them characters that is so powerful. Whenever he shows up, you know something serious is happening. Now, Green Lanterns, the Gary Gardner's version, he's just a fun character. He is a jerk and terrible, and you really should hate this character, but he's such a buffoon and so unlikable. You were drawn to him because you are always expecting him to try and do something to make you like him, but he rarely ever does. Batman of the Defenders, and briefly the Thunderbirds. There's a fucking forgotten tidbit of continuity. I like that this character has been a lot of things. He has been goofy, he has been miserable, he has been serious. I consider him to be like the life's blood of the Defenders as a team. He reflects everything about the team. They can be silly, they can be deep metaphysical shit, they can do simple superheroics. It's just a shame that Marvel have replaced this character with a black supremacy version from the racist multiverse. Now we have got Robert, or rather the female Robert. Maybe my favouriteest version of Robert. She comes from The Black Knight Returns. She's another character who is just fun. She adds some much needed levity to a Batman story that is drenched in dark, broody misery. I always thought they should have found some way to bring her across to the main continuity. Obsidian Man, great character. He is the son of the original Green Lanterns, the John Scott version, and he is very likely my best one off of the Justice Society of Superheroes. He is great, he's got a fantastic design and so much potential. Also, he is gay, and there's nothing wrong with that. My favouriteest excellent man is Cyclist, Scott Summers. I think he is a brilliant character. I have liked him since I was like 4 from the cartoon. I think the brown hair probably helped, but I've always loved and related to this character. Van Morrison wrote him the best, and he has been written terribly ever since about 2010 or 2011. Now we have got another Green Lanterns, the Jordan Albert version, but with an enormous caveat. I love this character as a villain. He became evil in the 90s, and I think that was when the character was the most interesting. Outside of that, he is boring and he comes across as a dickhead most of the time. But as a baddie, I really think it works. I think he is a great baddie. Dr. Fates, one of my favourite DC characters. I love the costume, I love the design, I love the powers, I love the stories. He is a bit like Captain Atom Ant. Whenever Dr. Fates shows up, and it's a big deal. He was also my favourite to play on Injustices 2. Now we have got the Black Queen, the Orr's twin sister. She is perfect. It's like they realised that the Orr was awful and they could improve her by making her a sexy bondage queen. She is a really tragic character and a really sexy character too, and that is a good combination. Also, I'm not into incest, but there was a sexy incest plot with her and her sort of son, so that's sexy. We've got a 2-for-1 here, Strong Guy, Not Sunday You Clowns, and Miss Magnets. They both are members of Extra Factors, and to be honest, this picture by Jimmy Lee, that is Stanley Lee's little brother, is the best picture of Strong Guy available. I think Strong Guy is a really fun character, really fun visual design with his little legs and his big chest. He's just a fun character. Miss Magnets, she's a very different character, another tragic figure and really sexy too. Now it is Lenny Luthers. He is bald and that is why he hates Superman. I think Lenny Luthers is the ultimate sociopath supervillain. Whenever he's doing something dodgy, it's always interesting. I recommend the Action in comics where he was like the main star, or any 90s Superman. Recently reviewed one of his comics, Satan's Son. I thought this character was great, very simple idea. He is the son of Satan, but he doesn't really want to be bad. His original series and Defenders by Stephen Goebbels, really good stuff. But it's during the Jim Tomata's time on the Defenders where I feel Satan's Son really stood out, and the exploration and development of his character was amazing. Hulk, who doesn't love the Hulk? He's a big green man with a big green penis, and what more do you want? A great Captain America villain here, Crossbone from Captain America the Winter Soldier 2. He was created by Marky Mark Griswold. He is easily one of Captain America's best baddies. He is a remorseless bastard, and that is all he needs to be. Darkseid now, arguably DC's big bad. He is a Jack Quimby character from the Eternals. Great character, great villain, a lot of fantastic stories with him. He tends to elevate a lot of stuff or bring out the best in writers. Really good character, really interesting, and he can shoot lasers from his eyes, so that is handy. Another Eternals character created by Jack Quimby, Death Racer. He is like a rip-off of Marvel's Black Racer from Kazar. But I won't fault that, or Jack Quimby's unoriginality. If you're gonna rip off a character, rip off the best. He guns around on skis and he is like Death. He's a great threat because he is virtually unstoppable. Spain, created by Todd McFarlane, the utter genius and consistently brilliant Todd McFarlane. Spain is better than every other character, and also the other version of Spain that replaced Simon Albertson. Todd McFarlane is an uncontestable, legendary force of inventiveness, and there has never been a single line drawn wrong in a Spain comic. Another IMAG comic, The Dampness from Witchy Blaze. I'm not a huge IMAG fan, but I really like The Dampness. Part of this is probably because he was co-created by Mark Stanley Lee, who is like my favouriteest artist man. And there have been loads of Marvel and DC crossovers with the Dampness. In fact, I have had Superman versus the Dampness on my review pile for like half a year, but something else always comes up. Doctor Strange I like, but interestingly, I haven't read many Doctor Strange comics. I mostly know him from the Defenders and loads of guest spots in other books. The few issues I do have, the ones that I have read of Doctor Strange's as comics, Roy Sternman and Roger Thomas issues from the 1980s, they are really good. One of my favourite DC supervillains is the Psychic Pilot. Most people will recognise him from Christmas on Infinite Earths, where he was one of the few characters who actually did appear prominently throughout the whole story. He is a pretty fascinating character with a simple but unique power set. Very creepy villain, very good. Now it is Rachel McAdams, who didn't even play her in the film. I didn't know, I've never seen it. But she is Doctor Strange's main love interest and something of his female counterpart. Again, mostly known her from Defenders, where she was always a welcome presence. She does appear quite prominently in 2 of the Roger Thomas issues that I have got, and she's pretty cool in them too. What more can I say about Robot Man Brendan Fraser? This is a hysterical guy, one of the most funniest people in all of the galaxy. If you have not seen his hilarious comedy film called Furry's Revenge, you are missing out. It is painstakingly funny and will have your sides hurting a lot, but because of laughter, not because of physical assault. And who could forget Bedazzled, comedy classic. I want a Big Mac and Coke. Genius. He is family friendly too, so that is good. And our final character for this video is none other than the Spectre. My favourite DC character. Simple stuff again. He is a Casper who is a bit like God, and he goes around and kills bad peoples. Very good. You can do high concept stuff with them, or simple revenge stories. Great character. That is the first volume of characters that I do a like of, and I rate it 7 thumbs up.